Hello, everybody. This is Miss PG from your WCA Earth and Space Science class, and I am doing a little short video tutorial for your portfolio on climate and weather. What's the difference? So for this portfolio, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to be doing very similar things in what you've done in every lesson so far in Earth and Space Science. You are going to be doing this work file right here. Except when you're finished with the work file, you're going to be attaching it to the Dropbox and sending it to me, which is something you don't do for every single one of them. I do want to remind you that there is, um, I do have a digital copy of this, like a Word file copy that you can download from our Student Hub. So if you go to our Student Hub, you will see this Word document right here. When you click on it, it's going to open up in um, in Google Docs. So how you can get this to make, kind of edit this for you and to actually be able to use this to send to me, you'll be either going to be downloading it to your computer directly, or you can make a copy of it and then download it to your computer. So let's say you have Word on your computer already. You would just go to File and Download as a Microsoft Word file, and then you can edit this document on your computer, you can save it, and you can upload it to the Dropbox. If you don't have Microsoft Word on your computer, you can just go to make a copy of this document that you are allowed to edit. When you're finished with all of your edits, you can then download it as a Microsoft Word file to your computer. You don't have to have Word on your computer to be able to download it as a Microsoft Word file. Your computer can still save that file type even if it does not have Microsoft Word. But once you have that file type saved, you can upload it to the Dropbox and I can open that. I can't open a Google Doc from the Dropbox and you cannot upload a Google Doc, but I can view this saved Microsoft Word file. So I would highly recommend using this one and not the one in the lesson because I did edit this to make it a little bit more user friendly. So I've put a data table in here for you to use, and it's just a little bit easier for you to use. So to start off with, you are going to start with task 1 in this work file. And to do task 1, you're going to click on this link for weather maps. It's going to take you to this website, and you're going to read this document and answer the questions in task 1. Highly, highly recommend that you actually read and answer the questions based on the reading. If you Google the answers, if you look them up online, they will probably come back incorrect and they will be marked wrong. So make sure you're using the information that you're provided to actually give you the answers to this part of the portfolio. For task 2, you are going to use a couple of different websites. You're going to use this one here that is listed in the Google Doc, and you're also going to be using the one that's in the lesson. Let me see if I can pull that lesson up. Okay. So, nope, that is not it. One second. I've got way too many things open at once here. Oh, here we go. This other one is right here, weather symbols. So, click on this one and it will bring you to this site. And the other one kind of looks like this here as well. So both of them are going to give you some information on how to read these weather station models. We're also going to be practicing this in our live lesson this week as well. So let's go through kind of some of the different parts of those weather models. So you have the little circle in the center, which represents cloud cover. You've got two numbers over on the left that represent temperature and dew point. You also have a symbol to show you the current weather. You have a flag that comes out of the circle, which represents the direction of wind. And you've got some pieces, some kind of like, I don't know what you would call that, just the branches of the flag here, which represent wind speed. You've got a top number, which is barometric pressure, and then a bottom number, which tends to tell you if the pressure is rising or falling. This one is falling, so we can see the pressure tendency. We're not really going to look at that one too much as in this particular lesson. So when we look at what you guys have, these are the ones that you have here. So again, you don't have that pressure tendency number here. You do have the two numbers over to the right, the symbol, the cloud cover, the flag with the little branch on it, and you've got your number to represent pressure at the top. So for each one of these, you're going to write temperature, dew point, cloud cover, wind speed, wind direction, what the weather symbol tells us and what the barometric pressure is. So let's kind of do one here as a practice, shall we? So let's look back at our information so we can remember how we get temperature. So temperature is that top number over to the left. So what we would know here is we would write temperature down here for that first station model, for station model A, as 55 degrees. Dew point is right under temperature, so that is 47 degrees. Cloud cover, it is fully opaque. So that tells us it is 100% cloud cover, or you could say cloudy, which would be fine. Then we have wind speed, and that one's a little bit more difficult to interpret. So let's go to our second source to get how to figure out the wind speed. If we scroll down, it shows us a flag, and it shows us that if we have a triangle that is 50 knots, each full-length line is 10 knots, and a half-length line is 5 knots. So you add them together to get your total wind speed. In this first example, we only have what looks like one half-length line. We know that it's not a full-length line because it's not on the end of the trunk, right? So we have one half-length branch, not on the end of the trunk. So we would say that that has a wind speed of 5 knots. Now I know letter B is a little confusing because it kind of looks like there's 3 different lengths there. What I would do for this particular one is use the first one as a full length, the second one as a full length, and the third one as a half. Just because I feel like there was probably a little bit of a glitch here. This looks disconnected, and it should be full, full, and half for that one. And here we have what looks like a full and a half as well. Those pictures are not beautiful, but that's what I would do for that information. And then we need the wind direction. Wind direction we measure in the direction from which the wind is coming. So when we look at our compass, right, north, south, west, and east, each one of these flags is going into the circle. So this is coming into the circle from the north. So our station model A is wind direction from the north. Okay, and then we have weather symbol. Our weather symbol here looks kind of bazonkadonk. When we look at our second source, we can find that looks like this. And let me just double check. Does it have anything? Nope, it's just that model. It doesn't have a little star or a dot. So I know it is thunder and there's no precipitation. So thunder with no precipitation is the weather at that particular station model. And then it asks for pressure. And that one's a little bit trickier. So how we do pressure is given, the information is given in, let's see here, in right here, okay? So if, and actually I have this in a PowerPoint for today as well, so I'm going to put this up here. If the 3-digit code is less than 500, so 499 or less, you add a 10 at the beginning and a decimal point before the last number. If the 3-digit code is greater than 500, you add a 9 before the number and a decimal before the last number. So what that means is in this example, there we go, my scroll bar, where the 3-digit number was greater than 500, we add a 9 to the beginning, so it becomes 9998. And then we put a decimal point before the last number, so our barometric pressure is 999.8. Let's say this number was like 335. Then I would add a 10 before it and put a dot there, and it would become 1033.5, okay? So that's kind of how we do the pressure part. So you'll fill that in for stations B now and station C as well because you haven't done stations B and C. The last task is for you to take a picture of your state from the weather map you were directed to in lesson and paint Use your paint program, draw an arrow to your city, and save your image and insert your map here. So basically, you need to find your weather in your particular city. So I would say go to weather.com. I know it's not what the sorts that they're using, but it's an easy one to do. You can search based on your city or zip code. I move my, here we go. Oh, I am definitely not in South Korea, so I guess maybe we just need to look for our city. Okay, so app, there we go. My goodness. I don't think the weather in South Korea is any better. And then what we need to do is just take a screenshot of this. And I would recommend going into your computer and doing the snipping tool. You just click snip under search. You get a snipping tool, which I found is awesome. Thank you, Mrs. Plantico. Go new snip, and then you can just, and then it's automatically copied. And all you have to do is, all you would have to do is go into here and hit Control V to paste your information. Once you do that, you can just write a summary under number 2 of your weather station, of your weather information. I'm not asking you to do a station model for this one, just copying and pasting your current weather, and then write a word summary, a few sentences explaining what the weather is like in your location. Just, FYI, the weather's pretty not very nice right now, so it's not very good weather here, but that's okay. So that's what you're going to be doing for your portfolio. That is it. Make sure you save it. Make sure you upload it to the Dropbox. If you have any questions, let me know. But altogether, pretty simple. And hopefully this video has been helpful to make it even easier for you. Have a great day, everyone.